As you know, there are 15 chapters, but we covered only 8 chapters and we missed out a bunch. And I just wanted to kind of mention some important things about those chapters. Let's look at chapter number 2, the power of to choose your path, careers in sales. And here, especially in this section, what does it take to be in sales? There are some very useful tips that I want you to pay attention to. Some of the things that you have to ask yourself: is sales the right profession for you? Are you born to sell? There are some people that it comes naturally to them. They know how to identify people's problems and they will be able to talk easily to the customers, identify the issues and fix it for them so that they become very good salespeople. Then the ability to connect. Are you able to connect with the other person? Some people are much friendlier than the other people, so they may find it a little easier. Listening skills is another important thing. If you are able to listen well, we already talked about the importance of listening as part of your presentation and pre-approach, where you are asking questions as part of your approach as well. And are you able to ask the right questions? Asking questions, we already talked about it in another chapter, but that is an important thing as well. And if you have all these qualities, then you have the important ingredients that you will be able to succeed. And another important thing, the drive to succeed. Will you have the passion so that you can succeed in whatever you are trying to sell? Sometimes you may be selling a product that you have never used. Or once I was in Walmart and I was trying to find whether I should change my cell phone company from Verizon to something else. And this guy who was selling some Boost Mobile or something, I went and asked him, hey, what do you think? Should I use the product? And he said, no, I use AT&T. Now the salesperson himself was not using it, but he was trying to sell that product to me. So it did not go anywhere, as you can see here. So you really have to have certain qualities. The book also says resilience and positive attitude. When you go after your customers, you're not going to be successful all the time. In that case, how do you bounce back from the negative, the answer, no answer? Are you able to take risk? And those kind of things are also very important, because if you don't take risk, then you're not going to win them, right? So that's important thing. The ability to ask for an order, that is that yes or no question that we talked about when it comes to closing the sale. So you have to ask those things. In addition, it also talks about independence and discipline. Now, you will be on your own. You have to drive on your own. You have to travel on your own and find the customers and reach out to them so that you sell the product. Now, if you don't have the independence and discipline, probably it's not going to work. And you have to be flexible. They said they are going to buy 5 units, but then they changed their attitude. In that case, how are you going to adapt to the new situation? So adaptability is another important quality. Passion, we already talked about that as well. And you have to bring all of them together, as the book argues, so that you will be successful when it comes to being a salesperson. Okay, so that is what is given here. So I thought I will just briefly mention that. And in section 2.2, they give a little bit more information about how you have to deal with B2B and B2C customers that we briefly talked about in chapter 1. And there are distinctions that you need to keep in mind as well. So please take a look at that whenever you get time. And also, what kind of job can I get in sales? There are various types of jobs. In fact, in the class, we will do some job searches. You can be a representative, account executive, and things like that. Now, one important thing, the computers are taking over quite a bit of jobs, and sales jobs are one of them. So you don't want to be doing what a machine can do. So you have to develop relationships. You have to learn where the human components lie so that you can develop those human skills, those human interactive skills, so that you can provide much better value. So in this case, you have to ask yourself, which particular job will have a lot more prospects down the road if you want to be a salesperson. Okay, business development manager will also include a big component of sales. Customer relationship manager, see, it is all about relationships. It's not about just selling. So maybe that is the type of position that you may want to apply for. Specialist, technical specialist, customer service representative. Now, this is the type of job that that may be automatized, that is, computers will probably take the calls and reply to the people as well, and also this telesales representative. So certain jobs are a lot more secure, whereas certain jobs are not. So I want you to think about it so that you will be able to choose the right one. Okay, now there are lots of other concepts that you can see here: entrepreneurial selling, direct selling, domestic versus global selling. We briefly touched on that in chapter 1. And non-profit selling, even non-profit organizations, they have to sell the idea that they are helping the poor, they are helping the children, they are helping the pets, and they need money, and that means they need salespeople. So you may be able to get a job in one of these non-profit organizations as well. So these are the important things that I want you to think about when it comes to chapter 2, the power to choose your path, a career in sales.